Hello there, it's Jonathan Kydd and David Chidgey, and we've just watched Chelsea play Leicester, and that's
Saltpwith.
That's Saltpwith Park. What do you think of that, then, Chidge?
Well, I'm sensing a bit of negativity in the upper elite echelons of the Middle East stand.
You mean me?
Yeah, but I've got to be honest. I thought it was a great first half. I thought we were so up and at them. I haven't seen a Stamford Bridge crowd quite that supportive, that vocal, that loud at the beginning of a match for years.
We should have scored 3 in the
first 5 minutes. It was brilliant, and we were up and at them. And Mason Mount scores his first goal, which I think is wonderful. Second half, not so much. They let Leicester back into the game. They looked to me like they were a team playing with no confidence, which I think really they haven't. They're playing like a team that hasn't won a game this season. But I think crucially also, don't forget, they're probably really exhausted after the match on Wednesday, mentally and physically and emotionally, to come away from that game in Liverpool not winning it, having played for 120 minutes this early in the season. I think they're probably very tired. So there we go. That'd be my summary, JK. Do not be downhearted, people.
It's a good summary. My summary would be
it was rubbish.
We were all shit, and I'm going to go and support someone else. No. My summary would be I got very worried about some of the subs coming on and not contributing. I felt Tammy was off the pace. I thought Kovacic was weird and just kept being caught out of position. They let the midfield run away from them, and I felt that the goal was a bizarre
that was
series
bad
of
set
errors.
piece defending
bad set
again.
piece of defending again.
Yeah. Well, I've got a real problem with this. Thank you. I've got a real problem with this zonal marking. I mean, cleverer people than me will say it shouldn't be a problem, but it was a problem last year. Apparently, they're still using it. I can't stand it. Pick up man for man. It just doesn't seem to work for some reason. But I mean, as I said, I know nothing about tactics, so maybe just I'm sounding off.
They've got to work at it, obviously, haven't they? But the positives were Mount was fantastic.
Lovely. Kepa good again.
Kepa terrific again.
Asby was much better today.
I just felt they all ran out of energy.
I think exactly. They're tired, To play a game like they played against Liverpool, because I mean they actually went for it. They weren't just treating it as a friendly. They really wanted to win that, and they went balls out to do it. And they were knackered. And as I said, emotionally and mentally and physically drained. And, Jorginho came off, which many people won't agree with, but I think he was tired, his legs had gone. Giroud, the same. I don't think... Remember, they're not... Then it'll take him 6 matches to get kind of really match fit.
I always think that perhaps that's the pattern is going to be that he takes... Giroud after 60 minutes, whether that's going to be the norm, and give Tammy a go.
Look, Leicester are a decent side.
They're very decent. They're going to finish in the top 7 at least. I agree. I agree. Madison is excellent, and Vardy is always.
We could have got.
Trouble.
Here's the thing: we could have got done 3 or 4 today because they had 3 or 4 really clear chances. Yeah. We were a bit lucky in that second half.
We were, but particularly towards the end, as you said, we're perhaps because we tailed off because we were knackered. But I also think that the pace that Frank requires us to play, which is terrific, will exhaust. They've really got to be on there.
But they were for the first half an hour or so. I thought they were excellent today.
Yeah, they were.
But I thought the other great thing was the support. I thought throughout the entire match was just brilliant, really good. We actually, I think, like the players, ran out of puff a bit because we're not used to putting that much energy into supporting the team that early on. So I think we're not match fit yet, but it was brilliant. And I have to say, before the match, I was in the Cock pub. And obviously, because that's where we go.
Sorry, I was at the cricket.
Oh, no, I understand that. But the pub was mobbed. You could hardly get in there, and it took ages to buy drinks. There were so many people in there. The garden was mobbed, and we saw all the old faces. I also saw some lovely people who listened to our show, Kunle Anjaram, Mike Ferry from Toronto, Kunle's from New York, Jack and Ollie who listened to the show. And I met Grant on the outside. So I met loads of new people who've come over, loads of all the usual mob that I meet in the Cock. So it's just so good to be back. There's a really happy,
buzz,
positive feeling.
Yeah,
there's a real buzz about the place. Yeah. But the thing is, we were talking in the pub before, and there's a real sense from the people I drink with and go to games with that we're not worried about what happens this year. We really aren't. The whole lot of them are going to get a pass as far as we're concerned because we kind of get what they're trying to do, and they just need our support, and that's really what we're up for.
And I think this is just early days for the youth as well. I think he's going to try and integrate Cheek and Adoy and James as well. I think they're going to play most of the season actually. But Mount was a revelation today. I have to
brilliant,
say, I thought,
wasn't he?
Completely brilliant. Yeah,
I'm glad.
The energy, and also he's got a bite in his tackle as well, which I didn't even notice.
When he beats
really
up a bit, because he's only 19, so he's still growing.
Yeah.
You know, give him a couple of years and let him fill out a bit.
Yeah.
You know, like Ruben Loftus-Cheek has.
And you have to say that also that Zuma looked pretty good.
Zuma was brilliant today, actually. Good shout. Yeah, Zuma and Mount definitely deserve a shout.
Yeah.
You know, he looks a real player to me. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with him. And I think considering the shocker he had against United, because it was a shocker.
Yeah.
No two ways about it. Considering the shocker he had,
couldn't have got any worse, really. Could he?
I thought he was very. He looked solid and quite accomplished today.
There was a wonderful bit of skill at the end when the ball was going over his head, and he controlled it and got it clear.
And the thing is, a lot of support. The players were getting support. I mean, Zuma,
support.
when he was doing good things, Zuma.
Yeah.
Mount was getting a lot of support.
Yeah.
Pedro was getting a lot of support. Who else? Tammy Abraham was getting a lot of support.
My theory is with Pedro, when Pedro gets tired, he just gives the ball away, as I'm afraid do a lot of them. I felt there was too much giving the ball away. But once again, this was towards the end of the game.
So do not worry. Don't be downhearted. I'm not. I'm feeling very positive about the season. You know, in other words, I'm actually looking. It sounds very Arsenal. I don't mean it to be like this, but I'm more interested and concerned by the performances and the development of the players and the team than I am the results at the moment.
Yeah, I just hope that there isn't too much flack on Frank. Particularly from the
there
media.
is, ignore it.
Well, I think, look
at the support he got.
No, it was wonderful.
Right,
yeah.
first few minutes, you probably heard it on the TV. Super Frank.
Yeah,
at the end, I was kind of walking out because I left at the final whistle to go and meet this fine man. I could hear it all around the ground inside. Super Frank. That was at the end.
Yeah.
Look, people who come here week in, week out will support the players and support Frank till the end. There will be no shilly-shallying. There will be no flip-flopping.
And also, it's a learning curve for him as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah, definitely. So there you go.
Good stuff. I think that's enough. So, and we'll be redebating this tomorrow night on the
Monday night,
Fancast.
7 o'clock, Mixler, and then the podcast goes up. I have to go home and write a script for tomorrow, but it will be as illuminating and enticing as it always is. And we'll have Joe Tweeds with us, so all the bits that we don't understand,
he'll tell us.
Joe Tweeds will be able to help us out.
I don't need to speak. We just plug him in and he does
exactly.
it. Good.
Me too. It's great.
Excellent.
Lovely stuff.
All right.
Cheers. Up Chelsea.